Hi, beautiful people. So I cannot tell you how excited I am right now because this is my heart right now. I'm not kidding. This video is like 2 years in the making, just about. Back 2 years ago, our pastor at church talked about this ministry called the Surge Project, which is a organization that builds churches, local churches around the world, in some very dangerous parts of the world, and some where, more safe places where it's just normal to have a church. But they build them all around the world. And as soon as I heard this, I was like, I want to be a part of this. I want to help build a church. It costs a lot, $3,000 to build a church, but I was like, I want to do this somehow. And I knew I have all these people from around the world who watch my channel. It's such a huge gift to have this, and I've always prayed that I would steward this gift well, right? Use this platform for good, for the kingdom, for building others up, for encouraging people, all those things. I want to do that, right? That's my goal here. And I knew I wanted to combine those two things, like build a local church through the Surge Project and use it, like the YouTube platform, put them together, okay? And so this is what I've been praying about for 2 years, is I wanted to use merch to build that church, right? So I came up with the new designs. I mean, it's been a long time. I've been going back and forth, making designs, scratching them, and this is the final designs that I have. I have two. I have a unisex design and then a girls design. And this one that I have is the girls design, but the unisex ones, I'll have pictures. I'll show pictures of those. And I have been posting them on kind of like previous on my Instagram. And now once this is out, like I'll be posting more on Instagram so that you can see them. And of course, all this is going to be in the store where you can see all the colors and all the sizes and all the options and everything. There's kids shirts, there's t-shirts, there's long sleeves, there's crew necks, there's everything basically. I was like, let's just try it all. So anyway, this is the design, and this is what all the shirts say. It says, cause courage. Okay, now I know you're thinking, what on the earth does that mean, cause courage? Or you maybe you saw it and you thought, cause courage, right? No, cause courage. Cause courage comes from the word encourage, because the prefix en actually means cause. And when you think about it, think about the word enjoy. If you enjoy something, it causes you joy to do that, right? If you enjoy spending time around someone, it causes you joy when you're around them, right? And so if you encourage someone, you're causing courage in them. And this all came from the verse I was inspired by. Francis Chan's favorite verse, he's talked about it before, is James 5:17, which says this: Elijah was a man just like us. I love Elijah. In the Old Testament, there's so many crazy things that happened to him. If you just read the Old Testament, it's just this large adventure. I mean, it's crazy. He was taken up on a whirlwind once. He called fire down from heaven once. He prayed that it wouldn't rain for 3 years, and it didn't rain. He prayed that it would rain, and it did rain. I mean, there were so many things that God did through him and God did to him, and like, it's just absolutely insane, because the only thing that set Elijah apart from everyone else is his faith, or was his faith, right? He just had faith that God could do it, and God did it. God was like, I see you want to be used by me, and so I'm going to use you. I'm going to honor that faith that you have and answer your prayers. And I just feel like we need that too. We need that courage to rise up in our hearts. We need to cause courage in other people's hearts, and wearing this can be a reminder to do that. When you go outside of your house, right, you're entering your mission field, and you can cause courage in other people. You can encourage other people to keep doing what they're doing, whatever that looks like. There's so many ways that you could build up the church, right? By just telling people, good job. In that hospital, you're doing an awesome job as that nurse, to that nurse friend of yours, right? Or to your teacher friends, or to your pastor friends, or whoever. There's so many things that people are doing, and they need to be encouraged. We need to rise up courage in them to keep doing what they're doing, to keep asking God for things, to keep praying for miracles, to keep having the faith, to keep, right? To keep going, to keep running the race until Jesus comes back again. That's our job, is to just keep doing what we're doing until he comes back, and he will. But one way we can do that, seriously, is by building lowercase c churches, right? And one way we can do that is through the Surge Project. Buying a shirt is going to help build that church in India. Like, all you have to do is buy a shirt, and you're going to help people in India to be able to come to a church where it is very dangerous, in some parts very dangerous to go to church, but people are going to be encouraged there when you help them, right? That pastor, I've been praying especially for the pastor, whoever it is, that God knows who it is who's going to be leading this church through this, which is so cool. But whoever that is, I've been praying that God would encourage them, and that this is going to happen, that he's going to answer, that they're going to get a church, they're going to be leading it, and people are going to come to Jesus, like all those things, because it's so easy for pastors to be like, okay, this isn't happening, this isn't going to happen, right? No, it's happening. It's going to happen. People are going to come to the Lord. And I firmly, firmly believe, you guys, that one day we're going to get to heaven and we're going to meet people who lived in the nation of India, and they're going to meet us and they're going to be like, thank you for what you did to help build that church in India so that we could come and that my family could come and that we could be saved and that we could live a new life again and have life that is truly life. Like, I just like, those are the kind of moments that I just can't wait for in heaven, because it's so hard sometimes to know like we're making a difference or we're impacting anyone, but we are, and one day we will meet people who we impacted. We'll see the ripples that were affected, and like how those ripples affect other ripples and all the things, right? We'll see how God did everything and what he was doing the whole time. And I'm really excited about this, if you can't tell, okay? But this is all, again, it's all through the shirts. I mean, it's all through the Lord, but through the shirts, right? If you buy a shirt, it's going to go toward the church. I don't know if I already said this, but a church costs $3,000. And so my goal is to sell 400 shirts. So 200 of the unisex, 200 of the girls design, or, you know, some kind of mixture between the two. A total sum of 400 would be the goal with taxes already. I tried to work in it all, the math and whatnot. But my goal is 400 to build the church. And if you don't want a shirt, but you still want to be a part of it, you can donate to the website. And those funds will go directly to the search project too, toward this church. And so it's all going to be on the website, which will be linked in the description. Everything you need to know is going to be down there, and the people you can talk to are at the website. If you have any questions about sizing or shipping or any of that, okay? Thanks for listening to my very passionate talk. I literally I felt like I was going to cry during it because I was so, it just makes me very emotional. And I've been on my knees a lot praying about this because it's so important to me that we do impact people across the world, and like that we pray for people around the world. And sometimes it feels like very daunting. Like, well, how do we make an impact on people in India? How do we actually know what to pray for? Well, if you actually help build a church, like that can affect so many things, right? And if you're praying for this church specifically, that's something specific that you can pray for the pastor, for the people who are going to come, for the families who they're going to invite you, and for the friends who they're going to invite, for all of that. That's something specific that you can pray for. So thank you for listening, and thank you so much to everyone who wants to be a part of this. I love you all, and I know that God is going to do something through this, even if we don't get all 400. Like, I trust that the Lord's going to, come through with the rest of the funds, or work something out, or some crazy coincidence will happen. Like, I just know that he's good, and that he's gonna do something, and I'm gonna have the courage that God is good, and that he's gonna do something through this, and we're gonna meet people in heaven who came to this church in India, and they're gonna say thank you for being a part of it. So thank you for watching, and thank you for what you're doing. Rise up, courage. Rise up, have courage, cause courage in other people. I'm trying to encourage you. I hope I did. Sometimes I just feel like I'm just talking, but it's kind of amazing to me that people listen to it. Honestly, I'm always like, that's why I always like, I do this at the end of every video. I look like away like this because I'm always like, how are people still listening? But seriously, thank you. I love you so much, and thank you so much for listening and being a part of this. Everything you need to know is down below, like I said. Okay, have a great day. Know that you're so loved and so beautiful.